All right, everyone. This is my brow routine. This is my current one. A lot of the things that I'm going to be using are going to be in the description bar below. I'll also put a QR code to my LTK where you can go ahead and just link everything, but I'll also put it in the description bar for those who are looking at it on their computer, and for those who are looking at it through their TV, you can use the QR code with your phone. So here I'm taking a LA Colors medium brown eyebrow pencil to outline my brow. Now, when I outline my brow, I am very firm with laying it down. So I taunt my pencil against my brow bone and then just pull it along the outline that I want for my brow. This is just to get the shape that I want and to fill in that tail, because I really don't grow a tail of an eyebrow. As you can see, my eyebrows kind of go straight up. So I outline it with the brown LA color pencil. Then I go in with another pencil that I got from Dollar Tree. I think it's called Cosi or Cocky. It's a medium brown pencil as well, but the pencil end is very thin to fill in the front part of my brow. All right, so here I am using that other brown pencil to make hair-like strokes in the front of my brow. And then I also use this pencil to fill in any gaps that I see in my actual eyebrow. This is more of a muted brown than a dark brown. More on the neutral side. As you can see, I make my brows a little big because I like them a little bit bigger because I have such a scarce brow already. And then I shape them out with concealer, of course. Now I'm taking a dual-ended brush. This is the spoolie and the angled eyeliner brush to go through my brows and even out the color and push my brows up. And then I want to use the other end to carve out my brow. Now what I'm using for my brows is a Revlon Full Coverage Flex Wear Concealer in the color Deep. Okay, this is where it takes a little patience. You have to sit there and get really close to the mirror and do a fine line as you carve out and angle your brow. I normally start in the middle of my brow and then go to the front to make that first line. And then I just feel my brow bone and go along it. Now at the top is where I carve out the height of my brow. And then I start at the middle like I always, and then I go ahead and do the end tail part. And then I lightly tap the color at the ends and in the front. After I've done this, I let it sit for just a couple seconds to dry. And then I use another brush to blend out the color as well as my fingertips. After I have sculpted my brow to my liking, I take the spoolie in and distribute the color a little bit more and fade out the front of my brow to give a more natural gradient of the color. And I use my finger with a little bit of the concealer to pat it into the beginning of the brow to make it blend a little bit better and warm with the product. So it won't be such a harsh line in the beginning of the brow. So after that is done, I go ahead and let the concealer sit a little bit. And then I blend it out with the Real Techniques hard bristle compact brush. It's not Real Techniques, I'm sorry. Konya Kashuk from Target. It's one of my old brush sets that I love. As you know, Sonia Kashuk comes out with different collections all the time. So you may not be able to find this exact color brush, but you can find the actual brush. And I'll link it below when I find it. So I'm stippling the product across the brow and the lid. Not really just pulling the product, but more like stippling and smoothing out the edges of the concealer where I want a softer transition. I usually use the excess concealer all over my lid to act as a base before I put on my eyeshadow. But this is just how I do my brows on a regular basis. After that, I use two products, the Milk Kush Brow Gel as well as the Too Faced Gel. The Too Faced one is a little bit more of an auburn color, more of a reddish brown. That's what I use in the front of my brow. It has hair-like fibers in it, so it helps fill in those gaps in my brow. And then I use the Kush color from Milk to do my tailbone because it's a little bit darker. All right, this is pretty much the end. I just do a couple of touch-ups and stuff with the brushes and things. I don't add any more product or anything. This is just me making sure I have my blend perfect enough for me to move on to the next step, which is applying my base. Or, well, my eyeshadow, then my base. If I'm not doing eyeshadow, I do my base next after this step. So yeah, I'm just checking to make sure my brows look the way I like them. This is the end of the video again. I will be putting up a base foundation routine next. But thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.